So this one is our coin put that we did on the 25th. It was on a Monday. Generally, I don't like trading heavy on Mondays. Ideally, it's supposed to be day trades. But I believe we got in around 8 o'clock, which was about right here. We did have like a bit of a dip, but it was getting close to the next day, anyways. So we'll go over first the 4 hour. Go over to So the 4 hour indicator had it already broke the 4 hour, which was a really big deal. So nice. We had a nice 4 hour break. That was a clean break. I always have to reset my chart to figure out what is the 4 hour. I thought it was this candle, but after reset my chart, and in reality, it was actually that candle right there. So from there on Monday, I would assume it already broke the 4 hour, it'll retest it and go fall right back down. So then we had to go look back in the 2 hour. And the 2 hour, here's the thing about the 2 hour. Generally, I like to look at stuff when stuff breaks the 2 hour at that moment. Because the 2 hour break was last week, which generally the best time is to get in is right in the moment when something breaks that 2 hour. Then you've gotten that huge gap. But it was all the way up here though. So and at that point it was at limbo at that point. So then I'd go to the 1 hour. And the 1 hour, almost same premise. It was in a limo point. It already broke a long time ago. So we sort of missed our window opportunity. I thought it would be like a continuous downtrend at that point. And then throughout Monday, it maintained the 4 hour resistance, and the 1 hour popped up right here. And I thought it was maintaining a resistance throughout the entire time. So I was like, okay, it's maintaining a heavy 1 hour resistance. So let's hold. So until it broke that 1 hour resistance, which is the 1 hour is the main driver for a lot of things. So then once it broke that 1 hour, it created this new 4 hour right here, which was this guy right there. So of course it was like on a Monday. This one was a bit odd and hard to read. Also, it created a 1 hour support right here too. So that was the big thing. You guys might not see it, but there's this little bubble right here where the hour created a support right here. And that's what held it from falling. It was really me waiting for it to break that price target, which was 70.14. So you guys sort of see it. It had like a little bit of resistance, which was right here where that red line crossed that orange. That was our resistance. Then as it fell again, it created its next support. Then it created its next resistance. Then it broke above its hour resistance. Then if it breaks the hour resistance, then it breaks the 4 hour resistance. Then it becomes calls right away. And that why it didn't really work last week, and it wasn't really continuous. Like we shouldn't have held it. Ideally, we should have sold it, because I believe last time it had the 4 hour resistance. I said this is the ideal price that we want to buy because it will test that 4 hour resistance every time and sell it down near in the 70s. It gave us two chances to do that too. I was believe we're like up 30%, then was breaking even at that point once it climbed back up right here. But yeah, ideally we're supposed to sell it and break even. But it did give us like two buying opportunities when it hit like near 37. if we go into yesterday with coin, I believe this is the current. So we did coin puts yesterday. Coin puts yesterday was a lot better for sure. We had a clear, definite 4-hour resistance. I saw the 2-hour break right here had its first support. I believe right there. And it had 2-hour resistance. Right about there. And those supposed to be purple. So at this point, I wanted to do coin puts because I think I was mainly focusing on the hour right here. So on that hour right here, it already broke. It's let's clear all this out. It's getting a bit confusing. So the 4-hour, which is that teal blue line, I'll make it a little bit thicker. And now we have the 1-hour, which is the main driver. We did have a break. This is the week first support of the 1-hour right here. So at first when it broke that, it broke the second one, which was on the Tuesday, which generally on the days I like to go a little bit heavy on Tuesdays. So when it broke the 1-hour support, it also broke out of this triangle wedge, which is really strong too. And I also had to look at the 2-hour. The 2-hour, I believe it broke a little bit earlier. Yeah, it broke above right here. That was the 2-hour, which was slightly risky at that moment. So when it broke that 1-hour, all I cared about is as long as it stayed below this black line. And every time it came back up, I would want to see if it tests this black line, which was the 1-hour. And that was ideally when I said, hey, everyone should buy above 73 or like 73 or anything above. And that's when I averaged down. And then I believe I saw a different pattern, and my selling was near 70. It got to 70.50 or 70.48, which was close. There's times when I always want to wait and see if it breaks that 70, but at the same time, I didn't want to be greedy, and I ended up selling it right away and only getting like 30% and dumping it all into Sue. So we end up getting like 30%, which is not bad. It's like golfing, right? Once you hit the ball close to the ball, to the hole, and you just want to tap it in to finish it. But there's times when you just gotta grab the ball and just walk away from it, even though it's so tempting to just tap the ball in and aka wait, see if it drops more. But ideally it's best to resist that temptation, and the fact that I got close to the target price, it's best to just walk away and just take what profits you got. Even there's times when if it doesn't drop right away in the morning, um, if it doesn't drop right away in the morning and you're breaking even, ideally that's already a good sign you should sell it. Ideally. But within like the first 30 minutes, obviously it's crazy and we sort of want to wait until things sell down. So the next video should be on Sue. So we'll do a video on Sue and Johnson.